Folks, welcome back to NASCAR Heat 5. We're back in the Xfinity Series, about to take on the Circuit City 250, 125 laps at Iowa Short Track. We need to set up our car and get ready for this race. All right, we got the car set up, maxed out as much as it could be. Let's go ahead and select it and get out there, do a little bit of practice. We're not going to put a real setup or anything on this, so we'll hopefully be able to put down some good laps, but I'm not sure. I really don't know what to expect, so we'll see you at qualifying. Hey, we were able to get our practice goal achieved, so let's just jump right into qualifying. All right, here we go. Qualifying lap now underway. Says just like practice. Well, sir, obviously it's not just like practice. I really screwed up turns 1 and 2. And we stayed in the middle through 3 and 4, which isn't something I needed to do either. So yeah, maybe not great. You know, I wasn't actually that far off of our earlier times, our practice time. So, oh well. All right, taking a look at our top 5 qualifiers: Hill, Martin, Smith, Earnhardt, and Jones. Getting into our subscriber drivers, Speedy Jones leads the way, 11th place. Eliza Bethel, 22nd. We're in 23rd. Oliveira, 24th. Perez, 25th. Smith, 26th. Chavez, 27th. Schildhouse, 28th. Graham, 29th. Egan, 30th. Lane, 31st. Kane, 32nd. Cost, 33rd. Malone, 34th. Norton, 35th. And Carpenter, 36th. Our goal position is 15th place. We're about a half second off of that. A little pre-race information for you. Austin Hill well prepared for the race. Speedy Jones dominant all weekend. That showed in his qualifying times. And Lane had to replace his transmission before the race. That's going to put him in the back. Apparently now we're running with a black and red tires, so that's interesting. Or wheels, rims. Whatever. That's such a weird glitch in this game. All right. How many positions am I going to be able to get? Too early. We have to get up to 15th, and we have been able to do it so far after failing the very first race on our incentive. We've been able to just skate by at the end and catch 15th place each time. Now, again, 125 laps, that's a lot of racing. So we'll be all right. Hopefully. I feel like we can do some good work, though. Up in the 19th already. Let's pick them off one at a time. Yeah. Want this little group to spread out a little bit. Get up on the inside of Galding. Oops. We're all right. Galding's there, though. And we got Kenseth on our outside, so I couldn't just fade up. That was a little scarier. I wasn't really prepared for that. Brennan Poole in front of us as we're going to try to hit the outside and get some extra speed. Don't really get it. Josh Berry down below. I saw him. I cut his nose off, but I still saw him.
All right, you're clear.
All right, Junior is the spot we need to get to. And as laps go on, we'll get better. Car feels great. Way better than our Cup car did in the last race. So that makes me happy.
Careful. Still there. All right, you're clear.
We're in 15th. Can we catch up to Allgaier and Mayer and really put ourselves in a better spot? I don't know, but we're definitely going to push for it. Exciting 5 laps to start this one off as we're up 8 spots. Got on it a little late there, but it didn't seem to affect us too negatively. Or should I say got off of it a little late there. Just going to see if I can start working the... backing up the corner a little bit. Maybe not use the brake. Just a little bit of brake. But look, we caught up to this pack with that. That's why I like short tracks. It's really about how well you can do the turns each time. Holy crap, Matt. Mr. Kenseth, he said, well, or you could just have a great car and I'll just drive zoop, zoop right around you like he did.
Stay high up there.
All right, well, let's get it back together. How are our tires doing? We're smoking the right rear pretty well. How many laps do we have in the tank? 28 left.
One peeking inside. Clear low.
This could be bad. About to drop back to 17th. But again, and I've said this in all the races where we finish in the top 15, just got to be there at the end to give ourselves that chance.
Careful. Still there.
My first fuel run is always the one that I burn up my tires the most on, and then we figure it out.
Still
That's
there.
what I'm working on now. It's just figuring it out. If I follow Kenseth through this pack, though, look at us back in the top 15 for now, for a second. Ooh, Brandon Jones jumping down a little bit earlier than usual on us, making sure he's not going to allow us to just get to his fender, get to that inside. That's all right.
Still there.
We'll do it here.
Inside.
Little contact, but we opened the door for Alfredo, and so I had to drive way up. And, of course, Tommy Joe going to take advantage of that opening on the bottom. We're fine. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that.
Still there.
And back to 17th. So all that work for, you know, nothing. See if I can do this better.
Careful. Still there.
Yeah, I need to start backing up the corners a little bit so I'm not really smoking my tires as much as I have been. Not doing great there, and Josh Berry catching back up to us. Cars in front of us driving away. Did I do what I normally do? Did I overdrive the crap out of this car because it's not as good as the other cars, and then I burned up my stuff way early in the run? Starting to get a little loose off. It's all right. We'll just pay attention. Try to do what I can to recover. Cool off that right rear a little bit. Get back in the battle. Lot of race to go. You don't know what can happen that's going to make a change for us, so we're just going to keep pushing. Knock it out laps. We still have over 100 to go in the race, so no big deal there. Ooh, there we go. You know, I don't normally, but I mean, we're basically just going to ride around for the next 22, so let's go ahead and do an early race speed up. We'll be back on the mic with you when we're pitting or a caution comes out.
Car there on the inside.
Yeah, we brought out that caution. Oh, that was bad. Just lost it. See what I can do to get it all back
Out there. Going
and
for it.
not overdrive the car. I guess that's just the biggest concern, is that I overdrove it early.
Still there. Got one peeking outside.
Early on, it feels amazing, which is why I overdrive it, because I think it's just fine. Takes that whole first fuel run to get me into
Top there.
making better decisions in general. But I think if I'm a little less than I was the last time, we'll be just fine.
Careful. Still there.
Well, that wasn't what
Gonna
I...
go low now.
That wasn't what I wanted. Come on, Junior. Oh, I had nowhere to go.
Hold your line.
I really did get into a good groove, so I don't know what happened there at the end. Whoa, holy crap, why? Why did he slow down so well? Maybe that's why I'm burning up my tires. Maybe I should be running more like they are. Let's see what we can get through 3 and 4 to just give us some of that. Oh, wow. Guys, it's going to be a rough one, I think. And I don't know why. Not loving it. Not loving it. Oh, we get Lane back on the lead lap. Good for him.
Starter has the green flag in his hand. Almost ready now.
I've just got to be better and do better. That's all I know. Be better and do better.
Still there. Clear all around.
Try to catch back up. Be more patient. Make moves. Plenty of time.
Careful. Still there.
There we go. Get on the inside.
Stay low. Stay low.
Got freaking Josh Berry all over my back end right now, so
Car there on the inside.
that's part of the problem for me. As I'm trying to do right, do better with the tires this time.
Careful. Still there.
I need it.
You got room. You're clear there.
I got on the brakes hard that time.
Still there.
Little contact with Junior. Kind of moved him out of the way-ish. Gave me the opening to get around him on the outside. We've still got freaking 4 spots to get up to, though, to get our spot.
Stay low. Stay low. All right. You're clear.
3. All right. Trying to do more with my brakes and less on the just leaning on the tires, because I think when I'm not using the brakes, I'm just letting the car roll around on the tires, and it's really heating up that right rear because we're going into it faster than we should be. All I know is I got to figure out a way to maintain the car for a full run, and we weren't, so everyone just lines up as they would. Makes sense. Just trying to... What the... Wow.
Careful.
That was actually the line that I run. I did not think we would possibly catch up to him doing what I just did. That was insane. Seriously, that was the same line I run, or the same, like, come off the gas and everything, and that's not happened at all. I don't know if he hit the brakes or what. I was not ready, and my foot wasn't even near the brake. Holding my foot over the brake the whole time. I mean, you're in a regular office chair. If I had like an actual race setup, wouldn't be so bad. But spending 125 laps hovering my foot over the brake was not going to be what I was going to do, but here I am now. Definitely paying attention. Funny how Brandon Jones now riding right up on me in the corners when he couldn't do it when I was running earlier. So just throwing that out there, guy. And whatever. 2 spots out of where we need to be. Still doable. Ryan Ellis, Brendan Poole. Well, that's concerning because I was trying to catch Ryan Ellis in practice. I ran probably 5 or 6 laps around trying to catch him, and I never did. So that could be bad. We'll see how it goes. Brandon Jones not going away. No big deal. You know, whatever. He's just gonna dive inside and take the spot back, because the only reason why he wasn't in front of me was because he was slammed on his brakes for some reason. I don't know if we got a 15th place car here. I'm starting to get a little concerned. Josh Berry probably going to pass us too.
Peeking inside.
Not great. This is going to get us outside of that $80,000+ incentive if we can't finish in the top 15. Again, still a lot of race to go, but
Still there.
I mean, I'm reading the writing on the wall right now, and it's not looking great. It's going to have to be some strategy stuff here for us to get that spot. Cars get lapped. We stay on the lead lap somehow, able to pit during cautions that other people don't pit on. But we did this time, and it didn't help us, although it wasn't. We didn't have a lot of wear on our tires at the time, so I don't think anybody did, so it wasn't that big of a win. But
Clear down low.
it's just annoying. I'm annoyed. Trying to figure out, fighting back. Get around Josh Berry on the inside.
Stay out the bottom. All right. You're
I'm
clear.
working the brake again. Try to preserve the tire heat, which it's working. We're still 15 degrees cooler than we were in the turn, so definitely.
Looking inside now.
No, you don't get to just dive bomb me because I dove bomb you.
Got one peeking inside. Clear low.
You don't get to do what I did, sir. Just kidding.
Got one
He's
peeking
so much
inside.
faster than me. How was I able to get around him in the first place? I don't understand that. It's like we get around him, then all of a sudden they're super fast and I can't keep them
Got
off.
one peeking inside.
I think I'm going to have to go with the 90 overall before we start to save up for the next car, because we don't have 15th place cars without a 90 over. What the what? We got this. But what? You know what I'm saying? Like, there was nothing there that
Got one
I had
peeking
no
outside.
indication that was about to happen. We were running the same lines that we had been. Now we've got hot tires, and that's going to make it really bad for a bunch of laps.
Still there.
What on earth? Just out of nowhere, we got so freaking loose. That was ridiculous. Yeah, all right.
Careful. Still there.
I might have to run middle of the track just to be safe.
Bottom's clear.
No. I don't have that. And we're getting tracked down by Hill right now. Looking to lap us in the coming laps. And I just don't, I mean, car feels like crap now. What did I say earlier? Car feels great. Meh, meh, meh. Car feels terrible right now. I'm just going to limp it through. I don't know what else to do. I didn't make changes to this car that should have done this. Like, I didn't put a setup on this car. I lowered the car, and I put some tape on the grill. Literally all I did. But we have no stability after a handful of laps. Well, can't do much now. 18 in the tank. Let's go ahead and speed it up again, because I'm not going to have you guys sit here and watch me just drive around behind a bunch of cars not passing anyone. So enjoy the little music break. We'll be back on the mic, caution, or when we are pitting.
Caution.
Well, safe by a caution that wasn't caused by us. Thank goodness, because we were the first car a lap down. I don't know how cost is multiple position. That doesn't make sense. He just passed me. Oh, you know what he was? He was about to... Okay, never mind. He was about to be 2 laps down, but he got in front. Okay, that makes sense. Well, we got back on the lead lap. That's a big deal for us. 21st place. We got to drive up through the back of the pack to get up to those positions, but I tighten the car up, fresh tires on it, see what we can do.
Stay low, stay low.
Paying attention, using the brake, not screwing around anymore.
Stay on the bottom here.
I just ran that Michigan race. You're barely touching anything, and that's on me. We're able to get on the gas a little earlier than these cars back here. I guess that's the help that we're getting.
Careful, still there.
Some of them, at least. Problem is that I need to be able to get to a fender to pass somebody through these turns before the next set of turns. So that's what I really have to focus on. Like, that's good because we'll get a good run off this time. At least get to Egan's fender. Maybe down to Schildhaus because
Careful, still there.
Carpenter's there, so that might have been why we were able to do that. It was. And we'll, yeah, pick them off a little bit at a time, but we're still losing time to Josh Berry and John Hunter. Best thing I can do right now, though, is keep the car clean, which I hadn't done this race. And just not make super aggressive moves. Just take what I can get turning or getting through each set of turns.
Stay on the bottom here. You got room. You're clear.
There we go. Get around the first group of cars, but we're not gaining on the cars that are, gotta pay attention there. We're not gaining on Jones or Hunter Nemechek. Oh, although they're lapped down, Gary Norton in front here. I mean, there's Matt Malone, but Gary Norton right there. I finally got his car updated from the digital camo with the greens. I finally got the orange one to show up. So there we go there. That was the original paint scheme he was supposed to have this season, so I'm glad he's finally running it. Being on the lead lap is a big deal for us. Maintaining these tires is a big deal. I mean, I guess this is more of a race of attrition at this point. We really need to let the cars slow down enough before we get on it. Pay attention. Heat in the tires very low right now. We're not overdriving it. We're not in the 250s, 260s with the temps in the tire. That's the biggest thing that we were dealing with. So I'm hoping that I'm doing the right thing now, and it's, you know, going to pay dividends as we try to catch Dale Jr. Obviously, another caution not caused by us would be great. The last caution wasn't caused by us, so that was nice, considering we had just gotten lapped. Got one car on pit road. I didn't see who it was. We'll have to check that out. At the very latest, we'll check it out at the end of the race. Starting to make a drive towards, I think that's Bethel in front of us, but she's laps down. And Max Koss there as well. And Lane is there too. None for position. But important for me to catch. To be completely honest, and be the best thing I could do. Waited a bit long before I tapped the brakes there, but we're still fine. I am catching Earnhardt and Norick right now, a little bit at a time. Very little bit, but they're not driving away from me, which is a big deal. Starting to heat the tires up again, though. Pushing it too hard? Maybe. Maybe. Trying to do the best I can to not do that. And still somehow get positions. That's the biggest challenge, you know? Overdrive the car to get positions and then not have it at the end, or if I can keep my patience about me, maybe have better tires at the end of a run when other people are struggling. I think that's the biggest thing I can do. We shall see as we continue to drive around this short track racing here at Iowa. Of course, Bethel, no reason for her to give up. She's going to battle it out with us.
Stay high up here.
Try to do the best we can. Keep it in the middle, low middle. There we go. Got a better drive off. And that's got us catching up to Max Cost a bit here. Do the same thing with him. Get a better drive off. Get right up on him. Now remember, Cost is not happy with us. So we got to be cognizant of that. Get around him with no contact and no issues so that he starts to see us as more of a clean driver. Now we start to track down lane without over smoking the tires. Okay, we're doing pretty good on the tires. Of course, with Costs on our inside, I'm going to not run into him. My guy's battling it with us. Not too shabby for him. Couldn't do anything about it. Couldn't do anything about it. We're not as fast on the outside on this track as we are on the inside, so that's just where we were at. I just will not run into him, though, which is how I should be racing everybody, but sometimes I'm not paying attention. That's on me. Well, it's crazy that these cars have no problem staying with me. Oh, that's nice. I'll take that. I'm pitting every time anyway, but we're the last car on the lead lap, so we're not gaining anything. This will put us back up with the group we want to be with. Looks like that one came out because of Matt Kenseth and Cole Custer, I'd assume, by the drop-off by those two. Or maybe those were just the only two that pit. I mean, a lot of people pit, I know, but I also saw John Hunter didn't pit. Come on, Custer. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Cole Custer there again, and he squeezed his way through and pushed us up. Thankfully, we had the speed to get around Junior and Norick, because that was an aggressive move by Custer. Josh Berry gives us a little bit of room on the inside. No contact with him. We didn't shove through it like Cole Custer did with us. Now, that's not to say it's not because Cole Custer, he's probably got a fast car. He's probably got a car that's going to compete for the lead or something, and he's mad because he got into a wreck. I don't know. Maybe it's because he's got fresh tires and some of these other cars don't. John Hunter up in 14th place from not pitting, which makes me think that the other 14 cars in front of him didn't pit either, which is why we're up in 15th right now. Talked about it before, I'll say it again. Strategy all the way. When you're the last car on the lead lap, there's no reason why you wouldn't pit. If I was in, second place, maybe I'm not pitting. Maybe I'm following what everyone else is doing, but this puts me in the best position to get that top 15, which is where we are right now. And once we're up here, I'm not giving up. Can we drive away from Brandon Jones, Josh Berry? Hopefully. 31 in the tank, 45 in the race, one stop left. Noting that we only need to go about 15 more laps and we can stop for the final time, or we'd be in that window for the rest of the race. So if a caution comes out, now's not the time for it. I didn't pit because everybody else is in the same spot we are. I didn't want to lose it. I didn't want to lose my tires. I'm sorry, position for tires right now. We're still in the high 80s on our right rear, so no reason. Here goes Brandon Jones. Better spot being on the inside, hoping that the draft will pull me around him. It does. And I'm going to dive it down, keep it right on that line. Not messing with that anymore. Oh, Cole Custer. Who'd have thought?
Careful. Still there.
Wow. I was actually on the brakes. Not super hard, but I was on the brakes. I can't believe that. And of course, it was Hemrick again, who I've done that to so many times this year, and he still doesn't hate me. I don't know how that works.
Careful. Still there.
But, whoops. That sucked. By
Down the
me.
bottom.
Ah. I got nothing. I got nothing, and if I overdrive the car right now, we're going to have completely nothing and lose it. What do we got? 27 in the tank, a little bit of damage on the front end.
Careful. Still there.
Now I'm riding him up the track a little. We weren't, I mean, it was the computer. I wasn't actually touching him. Computer knew I was there, and so it was twitching up the track so I wouldn't have contact. That was bad driving by me. All of it is, here comes Hemrick, Ryan Truex as well. They were kind of caught up in the Hemrick thing. Yeah. Not great.
Hold your line. Got one inside. All right. You're clear there.
Whoa.
Inside.
Who was that? Somebody just dropped way off. Whoa, we got smoke in front of us. What's going on? Oh, it's Tommy Joe. Driving really slow on the track. That's going to give us a little room between us and Hemrick, who seemed to slow down. We cannot catch Kenseth and Mayer. But we definitely can put up a fight for the top 15, and that's what matters the most here.
Car high. Careful. You're all clear up top there. Inside. Inside. Inside.
I don't actually think I'm doing that great on this track. I think I'm really overdriving it. I think I have to. I don't think we have a top 15 car if I don't, but I also think that it's hurting us at the end. I don't know if I did it right what it would do. I don't know. You know, I've slid it out a couple times. We lost it completely that one time, and I just don't want that to happen again. So I'm really watching the tires and everything on this. We've got 33 in the race, so we've got enough now that if another caution were to come out, we could pit for the last time. It'd be a long run at the end, but whatever I can do right now. We got Brandon Jones behind me, Justin Allgaier in 15th. That's the key position. He is the only other car that technically could pass us and would be able to get away with it, but I'd love to hold those guys off for as long as possible. We are definitely driving above where we should be, but we're also driving where we need to be for this spot. Trying to keep it in the middle of the track a little bit more now to save the tires, but that was a big run for Brandon Jones because I did that, so now I'm just going to have to go back to not doing that. Oh yeah, drive like an idiot.
Got a car high now. You got room. You're clear there.
Yeah. Wow. Did I just screw that whole thing up? Go on, Allgaier. Oh, wow. Well, we get to pit for the last time, and it's going to be a long go at it. Hopefully we can get some quick spots. Speedy Jones up there still. Wow. Hopefully we can get some quick spots and just maintain it for the last, probably 30 or 25 laps or whatever. Somewhere between 25 and 30 laps. 28 laps, exactly.
Still there. Careful. Still there. Careful. Still there. Careful. Still there.
What the crap, dude? I mean, it's fine,
Down the
but
bottom here.
I was hoping that he wouldn't come down at all there.
Still there? All clear?
Doing whatever I can. Like I said, it's always about those buffer positions. Farther up we get now, the better off we are at the end,
Careful. Still there.
essentially.
You got room. You're clear there.
Wow, did I have to just slam on the brakes to avoid Hemrick? Maybe it's not me. Maybe it's just him. I think I've hit him more than anybody else on the track, like this whole season. And that might be why. I mean, that was shit. That just totally screwed me because now Allgaier got around me because he totally killed my momentum. And that may actually end up being where we end up. Like, this might be as far up as we can go now because of that. That's a big deal. Needing to have as many cars buffered between me and 15th as possible. Tommy Joe. No, that's Ryan Truex behind us. Never mind. Thought that was pink. I'm going to push to get around Ellis. And we did it, which is something special. Alfredo now getting around Ryan Truex. Which isn't great because he's going to be pressuring me pretty hard soon as well. .23 to go here at the Iowa 250. And we're going to drop back to 11th. We got a row of them behind us just chomping at the bit to get around us, and we just can't let that happen. If you want to get around me, it'll have to be on the outside, I guess. I don't know. Here comes Ellis again, getting ahead of steam. Just trying to work it. We're losing the group in front of us. No real good reason for that at all. Unless I do this and it sticks. Wow, can't believe it stuck. Which also makes me believe I can't do that a lot. My drive off is better. Slow in, fast out. Problem is that they get up to speed faster than I do here. This could have been one of those tracks that I could have adjusted the gear ratio a little bit on and got more power off, more torque out. That's on me. I could have gotten a little more out of the car, helped us out some.
Car there on the inside. You're all clear.
I've been toying more with the stuff that works for me.
Got one down low now.
Well, there goes 12th. Here comes 13th. 14th place is just 3/10 behind, so... And I just screwed up really bad because I was watching my rear view going into a turn. So now we're back into 14th, and we've got Josh Berry 7/10 behind us. Praying that I'm able to stick with this pack for a while and not lose anything to Josh Berry.
Careful, still there.
All right, well... little contact at the end, little more contact, but, you know, we made it through.
Careful, still there.
On the gas again, battling it out as Josh Berry and Brennan Poole start to catch us.
Stay high up there.
That lap was 5/10 slower than the previous lap, so that's not good. Gotta figure out how I can keep the speed up. Josh Berry can pass me and I still get the points. We don't want him to pass me, obviously, but he technically can pass me and we'll still get to where we need to be. Brennan Poole, if he passes us, we're screwed. And I was really hoping that I didn't make a mistake that had a bunch of those cars pass me at once like they did. That was not great for me at all. And now I'm sticking up with them a little better than I was. Got some okay heat in the back right tire, not in the 250s, so I guess that's probably the biggest point about it. Ryan Truex about a second in front of us, so Sam Mayer's the only one I'm in touch with at all here. And Josh Berry is catching us because I messed that set of turns up really bad. Oof, this is going to be tight at the end. Because even when I'm actually driving pretty well right now, after that little mess up, and Barry is still gaining on us. Oh, that was not a great lap, though, now that I looked at it.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Well, that sucks. I don't know if I can hold off Brendan Poole without a caution. And even with a caution at this point, it's going to be a huge need for me to get tires, because, yeah, every time I turn now, the car's just grabbing and shooting down the track. Yeah. Awesome. Oh boy, yeah, it's bad. Whole car feels like crap all now. I didn't think I was overdriving it at all, but it feels terrible right now. Just terrible, and they're just driving away from me. I have nothing for them now. That whole turn, I felt like I was drifting. If there's not a caution, we are definitely not going to get in the top 15. Just don't have it. Well, there you saw it. We drifted that whole turn. Wow. All right. Well, if nothing happens, we're just going to fast forward the end here, because nothing is happening. So if a caution comes out, you'll see it. Otherwise, you'll just see the end of the race. Well, that sucked. I don't think that we're going to get the top 15, even though we did that. Just lost the car. Just lost it completely. It was bad.
All right, be smart.
Dang it.
Going green.
I don't know what I can even do here.
Got one down low now. 5 to go.
5 to go. Yeah, probably nothing.
Stay high up here.
Bear with me, obviously. I'm going
Hold
to
your line there.
do whatever I can to get there, so give me a second.
If you need it. Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear there. Hold your line, 3 wide. Clear high, clear high. Clear low, bud.
Damn it.
Still there, inside.
I straightened him out, but I think that is going to be...
Yellow's out,
well,
back her down.
all right. Now we got overtime. Dirty,
Now, be
bad
smart out
race,
there.
but
Going green.
exciting at the same time.
Green flag.
I don't claim to be some kind of professional driver, but I'm better than I've been today. That's for sure. I'm better than I've been today.
Stay on the bottom. Stay on the bottom. All right, you're clear.
With the fresh tires, we're going to get the top 15, so that's huge for our future.
White flag, big driver. Stay low, stay low.
I probably would have driven a lot differently had I not needed that top 15. I wouldn't have overdriven the car. I just would have let the car be what it was and accepted the place we got, which would have been in the 20s. But instead, I overdrove it hugely because I didn't want... Oh, we ended up with top 10. Fantastic! Okay, so they said we drove the race awesome according to that score. That's hilarious. Because again, remember, 95 is equal to 105 in Legend, so... Top 5, Hill, Earnhardt, Alfredo, Smith, Truex. We came in 10th. Speedy Jones finishes 12th. Fantastic job for that team out of nowhere. Lane comes out in 19th, Cost 20th. Bethel 23rd, Norton 24th, Malone 25th, Egan 26th, Smith 27th, Graham 28th, Carpenter 29th, Oliviera 30th, Schildhouse 31st, Kane 32nd, Perez 33rd, Chavez 34th, and 2 DNFs went to Tommy Joe Martins and Justin Haley. I don't know what's going on, but it's not giving me the stats anymore. It's giving me the end of the race saying who was the fastest lap, most laps led. Hopefully when I restart the game to record the next 2 tomorrow, it'll be that way. We hit our incentive. I guess that's the most important part because that's going to give us the $85,000 on top of what we had already, so that's good. I'm actually going to lowball myself this time. The pressure's making me drive poorly because I'm overdriving it. I just did a quick check. And we haven't changed the relationships with anyone, so we bumped into Hemrick a bunch of times, and he's not mad at us yet, so that's good. $362,000 in the bank, and I think we're going to actually lean towards upgrading the car so we're more competitive before we go to buy that new car. That's going to be what we need so that we can get higher incentive bonuses and just do better overall. However, folks, next race, Chicagoland Speedway, 100 laps, Xfinity Series. That'll be Thursday's episode. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I want to take a moment out to say thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And until next time, and of course, as always, you take care.